Check this. Imagine walking through streets where every corner whispers stories from centuries past, where architecture hasn't just survived history, but has thrived through it, where trams glide past Gothic spires, where bridges adorned with statues connect old worlds to new, and where a city clock has been marking time for over 600 years. Most travelers flock to Paris, Rome, or London, but there's a European capital that offers something they can't. A genuine, uninterrupted medieval atmosphere preserved so perfectly, it feels like stepping through a portal in time. This is the Czech Republic, and more specifically, its jewel of a capital, Prague. By the end of this video, you'll discover why this nation of 11 million has quietly become one of Europe's most captivating destinations, and why those who visit often find themselves planning their return before they've even left. Let's unlock the secrets of this Central European masterpiece. A nation at Europe's crossroads. Nestled in the heart of Europe lies a landlocked nation spanning approximately 78,000 square kilometers. The Czech Republic shares borders with some of the continent's most influential countries. Germany, one of Europe's most developed nations, lies to the west. Slovakia and Austria border to the south, while Poland sits to the north. This relatively compact size makes the country, particularly its capital, remarkably easy to explore. Everything you'd want to experience lies within comfortable reach, a traveler's dream for those who want maximum experience with minimum transit time. Prague, where rivers flow backward. The vibrant city of Prague, located in the northern interior, serves as the first stop for most visitors to the Czech Republic. Like many landlocked cities, it's beautifully situated along a river, but not just any river. The Vltava River stretches 430 kilometers and possesses a rare characteristic. It flows from south to north, unusual among the world's waterways. The Czech people have created a stunning capital around this river. A bird's eye view reveals a remarkable blend of historical and modern architecture that takes your breath away. Life in Prague predominantly revolves around the river's eastern side, where the historic Old Town area, national museums, and the iconic dancing house all conveniently cluster on the bustling eastern bank. In contrast, the western side houses modern office buildings and residential areas where many locals actually live. Prague divides into various zones like Prague 1, Prague 2, and Prague 5, making navigation intuitive even for first-time visitors. Movement through time. You can easily travel from one end of the city to the other in just minutes using the metro. No matter which metro line you take, you won't encounter overwhelming crowds that make travel uncomfortable. Trains arrive every 10 minutes, ensuring comfortable and speedy journeys across the city. Here's something interesting. Unlike many European countries, the Czech metro system doesn't have ticketed turnstiles. However, you still need to purchase tickets from machines at entrances. Transportation in Prague is quite affordable for a European city. The local currency is the Czech koruna, and a metro ticket costs 20 korunas, slightly less than €1. For reference, 100 Czech korunas equals about €4, giving you perspective on pricing throughout the country. Trams, the city's heartbeat. One of Prague's most commonly used and affordable transportation methods is the tram system. Trams are central to public transport in many European countries, and Prague proves no exception. The city has extensive tram tracks on nearly every street, allowing people to travel comfortably and inexpensively across both sides of the river and for shorter distances within the city. The frequency of trams passing any given point is quite high, making them a reliable transportation mode. Although the extensive tram network results in many visible overhead cables throughout the city, these are designed to be modern and aesthetically pleasing. Trams share streets with cars but have right-of-way. If you're driving in the Czech Republic, it's important not to obstruct tram routes and to always yield to them. While waiting at tram stops, people often spend time reading books, reflecting the high education level among Czechs. The primary language spoken is Czech, closely related to Slovak and considered one of the more challenging languages to learn. A nation of scholars. Recent statistics on education highlight that the Czech Republic has one of the highest educational standards in the world. Around 90% of the population has completed secondary education, and 99% of the population is literate. This places the Czech Republic among the top countries globally in terms of education levels, a remarkable achievement that shapes every aspect of society. Architecture that survived the storm. The well-preserved architecture in Prague clearly indicates the city was largely spared from significant damage during the World Wars. At every corner, you encounter different architectural styles, showcasing rich history, complemented by modern-looking residents who add contemporary flair to the city. Czechs typically have fair skin and light-colored eyes, reflecting their diverse ancestry, which includes Celtic, Germanic, and Southern Slavic origins. A peaceful separation. After the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Czechs and Slovaks united to form the nation of Czechoslovakia. In 1992, Slovakia sought independence, and the country split peacefully without conflict, a rarity in European history. Since January 1st, 1993, the nation has been officially known as the Czech Republic. It joined NATO in 1999 and became a European Union member in 2004, marking its integration into the Western political and economic sphere. The Czech flag is notable for its beauty, featuring the colors red, white, and blue. Initially, the flag consisted of horizontal white and red stripes, similar to the Polish flag. Over time, a blue triangle was added to the left side, symbolizing the Slavs and Moravia. This design was later adopted by Czechoslovakia, and after Slovakia's independence, the Czech Republic readopted it as their national flag. Tourist traps to avoid. If you're planning to visit the Czech Republic, it's important to be cautious about certain aspects. Exchanging euros for Czech koruna at the airport can be a significant mistake many travelers make. The exchange rates offered at airport currency. Exchange offices are often much lower than they should be, resulting in substantial financial loss. This issue extends beyond just the airport. Many currency exchange offices in Prague offer poor rates even though they prominently advertise no commission fees. For example, while 100 euros should equate to approximately 2,500 Czech korunas, these offices might only provide you with 2,000 or 2,200 Czech korunas. This discrepancy means you could lose around 12 to 15 euros due to unfavorable exchange rates. Similarly, using ATMs from companies like Euronet can lead to poor exchange rates with hidden fees and commissions, potentially costing you up to 20% of your money. The Czech Republic's decision to retain its own currency instead of adopting the euro can result in visitors losing money through these unfavorable exchange rates. It's also important to note that weather in European countries, including the Czech Republic, can be quite unpredictable even during summer months. Despite being in the warmest period of the Northern Hemisphere, specifically June, July, and August, the weather can still be unexpectedly rainy or cold. You might notice locals wear long-sleeved clothing and light jackets even in summer due to sudden cool and rainy conditions. This unpredictability is one reason why many Europeans often choose to travel to warmer, more consistent climates in countries like Greece and Turkey for summer vacations, where they can enjoy reliably sunny weather and higher temperatures. As of now, the minimum monthly income for someone working a full 40-hour week is about 19,000 Czech korunas, roughly equivalent to 750 euros. However, local research indicates that average gross monthly salaries can reach up to 40,000 Czech korunas, approximately 1,600 euros. It's important to consider that income taxes range from 15 to 23%. Consequently, even professionals with specialized skills may only take home between 2,000 to 3,000 euros per month after taxes. While these figures may appear attractive when converted to other currencies, the cost of living means these earnings don't necessarily lead to luxurious lifestyles. For example, current rental prices indicate that if you share a flat with multiple people, your monthly rent might be around 8,000 Czech korunas, which is relatively affordable. However, renting a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment of at least 40 square meters can cost approximately 25,000 Czech korunas per month, close to 1,000 euros. This illustrates that although Prague is more affordable compared to many other major European cities, the cost of renting a small apartment can consume a significant portion of your salary. making it clear that living in Prague is not particularly cheap and can be financially challenging for many residents. Although people in the Czech Republic may appear positive and happy based on their facial expressions and physical appearance, many deal with economic concerns. However, when you make eye contact with someone, even if you don't know them, they're quick to greet you, pose for a photo, and share a smile. A striking detail is that many people under 25 have tattoos, indicating that Czech youth often embrace unconventional appearances. As you walk down the street, the likelihood of seeing a tattoo on 1 out of every 3 people is quite high. This may reflect a sense of freedom among the population. After all, the Czech Republic is a country where personal choices are largely respected. People can gamble, smoke marijuana, or modify their bodies as they wish. It's not uncommon to see individuals dressed in such unusual ways that they turn heads. Another significant aspect of the Czech Republic is that it's actually one of the most atheistic countries in both the world and Europe. Research indicates that 91% of young people aged 16 to 29 identify as atheists, which is a rate that even surpasses those in countries like Estonia and Sweden. Additionally, about 40% of the total population doesn't believe in any deity. The remaining percentage includes 30%, who choose not to disclose their religious beliefs or engage in discussions about religion. Among those who are religious, the majority identify as Christians or Catholics. Many believe the high rate of atheism and lack of religious belief among Czechs can be traced back to the communist regime. Following the Soviet occupation of Czechoslovakia, leaders imposed restrictions on religious beliefs and practices. During this time, people in the Czech Republic grew increasingly distant from religion. Over the years, this detachment became ingrained in society, leading many Czechs to adopt a lifestyle largely separate from religious influences. This attitude has persisted through generations, resulting in a country where religion simply doesn't hold a dominant position. As a consequence, it's much more challenging to influence a Czech person through religious values than, well, many other Europeans. Interestingly, the Czech Republic is one of the largest producers of adult films in Europe, right alongside Hungary. With a population of just 10.5 million, representing less than 1% of the world's population, the country produces approximately 13% of the global adult film industry, according to a 2019 study. While walking around the capital city of Prague, you might unknowingly come across someone who is a well-known star in this industry. If you spend enough time there, you may find that someone in your social circle is involved as an actor, producer, or cameraman. The question of how and why the Czech Republic has chosen to excel in this industry, despite its small population, is honestly quite fascinating. While the country offers a relatively high quality of life, many Czech women are willing to enter this industry and continue their lives in this manner. Moreover, Czech stars are not only prominent within Europe, but are also gaining recognition in other active regions such as the United States. When discussing this topic with locals, many attribute the phenomenon primarily to the pursuit of quick and easy money, with women entering by their own choice without coercion, seeking financial gain. However, these discussions are rarely held in public, and many tourists visiting the country remain unaware that the Czech Republic is one of the top global producers in this sector. Aside from this lesser-known aspect, there are other, more typical details about the country. For instance, Czech people are not particularly interested in football or basketball. Generally, if a country doesn't have strong passion for football, it tends to excel in basketball, as seen in countries like Serbia and Lithuania. However, this trend doesn't apply to the Czech Republic, which is a staunch supporter of ice hockey. The Czech men's national ice hockey team is considered one of the strongest teams in the world, and many successful players in international ice hockey leagues, such as Jaromír Jágr, hail from the Czech Republic. The Czech Ice Hockey League, running from September to April, features 14 professional teams and honestly captures the entire nation's attention. The Czech Republic isn't only famous for ice hockey, it has also made significant contributions to science. For instance, vision impairment is common, affecting 1 in 5 people. A Czech chemist invented contact lenses, providing an alternative for many who prefer not to wear glasses. Additionally, Johann Gregor Mendel, a key figure in the laws of genetic inheritance, was born and raised in this region and made substantial contributions to genetics. You may also be familiar with Franz Kafka, who was actually Bohemian, meaning he was Czech. Literature enthusiasts and avid readers are likely acquainted with his quotes and philosophies. Kafka produced works that explored social issues, societal ostracization, and ethnic identity. Furthermore, the word robot was first used in the Czech Republic, entering the global vocabulary. A Czech writer introduced the term in a play to describe a soulless being that could perform tasks humans preferred to avoid, thus bringing it to the world's attention. If you visit the Czech Republic, specifically Prague, you should check out the world's narrowest street located in this charming country. The street is so incredibly narrow that traffic lights are installed at its entrance to manage pedestrian flow. It can be found in Malá Strana, Prague's oldest and most picturesque district. This unique street is about 10 meters long and less than 1 meter wide, measuring just 48 centimeters at its narrowest point. To navigate this exceptionally tight space, you must follow the traffic lights as there's only room for one person at a time. The street essentially serves as a narrow staircase leading to a cozy restaurant, making it impossible for 2 people to walk side by side within it. This quirky and fascinating street adds to the unique charm and character of Prague, making it a must-see for visitors. Another significant point of interest is the fact that Prague is home to the largest Jewish quarter in Europe. Located in the very heart of the city, this historic district is rich in intriguing legends and stories. It is said that during World War II, Adolf Hitler intended to create a museum for an extinct race, which is why he never harmed the Jewish quarter in Prague, placing it under his protection. Many believe this legend, as the Nazis never entered or bombed this area, or any part of Prague during the war. As a result, the city exudes a preserved historical atmosphere that transports visitors back in time. One important aspect of Czech culture and culinary preferences is the nation's enthusiasm for mushrooms. It might seem surprising, but families in the Czech Republic collectively gather about 8 kilograms of mushrooms from nature each year. When you see people foraging in the country's national parks, forests, and green spaces, they're likely searching for mushrooms. In the Czech Republic, mushrooms are known as the poor man's meat, and those who cannot afford meat often venture into the mountains and forests to incorporate mushrooms into almost every meal, especially in soups and stews. The country is considered one of the safest in Europe. Various sources rank it among the top 10 safest destinations on the continent. In Prague, police presence is minimal. Officers rarely intervene except in cases involving intoxicated individuals. There are even patrol cars that may not have any officers inside. Moreover, the Czech Republic isn't only famous for its stunning architecture. The condition of the roads, their modern appearance, and the low levels of litter greatly enhance the experience of visiting this country. It's rare to encounter a large pile of garbage, no matter how many side streets you explore. As a major tourist attraction, Prague ensures that every street, park, and area around its numerous museums is meticulously maintained. Municipal workers are responsible for cleaning the streets, and shop owners begin their day by tidying up their storefronts early in the morning. Such clean streets in a beautiful city truly deserve to be complemented by luxurious and modern cars. One of the most recognized automobile brands from the Czech Republic is Škoda, which stands out as a symbol of Czech pride, much more so than Avast antivirus, another Czech company that's relatively less well known. Although Škoda operates under the German Volkswagen Group, it retains its identity as a distinctly Czech brand. Consequently, Škoda is undoubtedly the most common car seen on the streets of Prague. One of the standout models is the SUV called the Kodiaq, which is frequently spotted in Prague. Regardless of the brand, most residents tend to own high-end vehicles. In fact, nearly all the cars seen on the roads are newer than 2020, with a significant number being Škoda or other German brands. Among the notable modern designs in the Czech Republic is the Dancing House. This iconic building holds a significance for the Czech Republic similar to that of the Eiffel Tower for France. Built between 1994 and 1996, the Dancing House consists of two main structures. One is a glass tower supported by inclined columns, while the other features a wavy design that runs parallel to the river. This unique architectural style creates the illusion of movement, as if the building is dancing. Inside, visitors can enjoy cafes and restaurants. Other significant places to visit in Prague include the Old Town Square, Prague Castle, Charles Bridge, and the Astronomical Clock located in the Old Town area. The Astronomical Clock puts on a captivating show for passers-by every hour. According to legend, the craftsman who created the clock gained notoriety for his remarkable work. When other kings sought the clock for themselves, the Czech king had the craftsman blinded to prevent him from making another. In despair, the craftsman committed suicide by throwing himself from the top of the clock, but not before sabotaging it. Supposedly, the clock could not be repaired for 50 years. To commemorate this story, a bell rings and a ceremony takes place at the heart of Prague every hour. Charles Bridge, the original crossing. Another important symbol of Prague is the Charles Bridge, which features numerous statues. This bridge connects the Old Town with Prague Castle and was the only crossing point over the Vltava River until 1741. All other bridges you see in Prague were built after the Charles Bridge. As the original statues began to deteriorate, they were moved to the National Museum and replicas were placed on the bridge. Likewise, the intricate carvings on the astronomical clock have been continuously replaced with replicas over the years due to wear and tear from the elements. It's important to note that not every historical symbol you see in Prague is an original. Many have been replaced with carefully crafted replicas to help preserve the city's rich history. The largest tourist demographic, apart from Czechs, actually includes a significant number of Asian and Arab tourists. In major tourist areas, you can easily spot groups of Arab, Korean, or Japanese visitors exploring the city's attractions. Many individuals who come to work in Prague hail from countries like the Philippines, India, and Bangladesh, which just adds to the city's diverse and vibrant workforce. Another must-visit location in Prague is the Lennon Wall, which is widely regarded as the most famous wall in the city. John Lennon, the legendary member of the Beatles, was shot and killed in 1980. Since then, the wall has been adorned with graffiti and poems in his memory, expressing love for him. Visitors often take photos in front of this iconic wall. The Czech Republic is honestly one of the top 5 countries in Europe for beer consumption. In fact, if there's something cheaper than water in the Czech Republic, it's probably beer. Almost every cafe and restaurant offers a variety of beers, with prices varying based on alcohol content and the size of the glass. You can often find a Czech beer for as little as €1 at a roadside cafe, making it an affordable pleasure that locals and tourists alike enjoy throughout their stay. In conclusion, the Czech Republic, particularly Prague, is one of the best destinations to visit in Europe. For those looking to experience a medieval European atmosphere in the 21st century, the country provides a safe and comfortable environment for everyone. The people are friendly, open to conversation, and well-groomed. No matter your reason for visiting, you'll find options that suit your needs and budget. Whether you're drawn by the architecture, the history, the quirky attractions, or simply the affordable beer, Prague delivers experiences that stay with you long after you've returned home. This is the medieval fairy tale that time forgot, a city where history isn't relegated to museums but lives and breathes in every cobblestone street, every Gothic spire, and every tram that glides past centuries-old buildings. This is Prague, and now you know why it's Europe's best-kept secret. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.